Well, good morning, everybody. And it seems like it's going to be a lovely day today. Spring has come, but it feels like it's been a very long winter this year. What is that about? Why did God make the heavens and the earth to work every year the same? Well, the Bible teaches us that everything was made through Jesus, for Jesus, to show off his gospel. So, what about the seasons? Well, in the Old Testament, God would gather his people together at springtime to celebrate a feast, the feast of Passover and first fruits. The Passover pointed forward to the death of Jesus Christ, and the feast of first fruits pointed forward to his resurrection from the dead. And so it is that the whole of his creation then joins in with that song. Winter is full of death. There seems no life on the trees. The fields lie barren, no flowers in the field. And then suddenly, this new life, new hope comes. Daffodils appear, bluebells appear, little flowers appear from the ground. The grass begins to grow, showing you and me every year, however dead life feels. Creation tells us there is hope in the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ. God gathers his people together at the beginning of summer, Feast of Pentecost. That's 50 days after his burial, or Feast of Weeks. That's 7 weeks after his resurrection. And what was the point of that feast? It was to gather in the nations and the poor who couldn't afford anything and feel that they can't belong. It pointed to the fact that Jesus' death and resurrection was for everybody and would bring fruit for all people, especially for those who felt they could never afford it. And so creation joins in at the beginning of summer, doesn't it? Where we start to see some of the fruit of the seeds that were planted in springtime, new potatoes, strawberries, all that sort of thing. And then the long summer begins, where life is such a joy, isn't it? And then God gathers his people together at autumn for the Feast of Tabernacles. It is the time of a great harvest. It's to see what has happened that year and what is the fruit of that year. And everything is brought in. And everyone is to live in a tent to remember that their life is temporary and that there is going to be a great day, a great ingathering of all God's people, and a day of reckoning for all mankind, a day of harvest. Every year is preached by creation, the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ, the ingathering of the nations, and the day of reckoning. So when we see spring and we live it, let us really enjoy it by seeing its primary purpose. However dead you feel your life is, or you feel this world is, there is always hope in the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ. Let's make sure we enjoy summer thoroughly for its real purpose in all its ways, by realizing that everyone can join. And let us enjoy autumn time and all the gathering that comes at harvest. And remember, there will be a day where God will gather everything in, and this life is temporary. Every year he has created this world to teach us the purpose of our lives, and that is to trust Jesus. For by him, Jesus Christ, all things were created, things in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible, whether thrones or powers or rulers or authorities, all things were created by him and for him. He is before all things, and in him all things hold together. I trust that you will really enjoy this spring day as you see the one it's made for.